It is new bike day yet again, but this one is going to be a little bit different and pretty exciting because I just bought this. This is a 2021 Honda CRF300LS that definitely needs some work. We're about to go over it here together. You can see the Acerbi's tank is already on it, so that's a nice touch, but it definitely needs some work. So let's go and take a tour over the bike. I'll show you some of the things that are wrong, give you a look over it because it is not pristine by any means. It definitely needs some tender love and care here. And we're gonna go over that, kind of tallied up. At the end, I'll tell you how much I actually bought this for. And we'll kind of see what kind of proposition I got myself into here. Is it worth it? And again, maybe I can flip it and make some money. And number one, just looking over the bike here, you can see it just needs a good washing straight out of the gate. Like this bike just, again, I don't think it's been cared for as much as it should have been. Again, a simple wash and I think will really sparkle this bike up, you know? I mean, it's a dual sport, so of course it's gonna get a little bit grimy, you know? I mean, look at that seat up there. Like all it needs is a little scrubbing, right? But when you come to the back, you're gonna notice the taillights are missing. Right over here on this side, but then on this side, on this plastic bit, it's actually broken. So I'm gonna have to buy this whole bottom piece. And then you can see they had a fender eliminator on the back there, but it probably went down and broke or whatever. So I'll get a new one of those, but you can see the suspension definitely went down and cracked that. So I'll just buy that whole new piece there. Not too expensive. I'll also get some blinkers, as they don't work up front, but I think it's just because these are out, so the wiring's all jacked up. So I'll get some blinkers. I'll change them out to LED and actually get a relay down there as well. I also need a screw back here for the little tie point. I guess not needed, but again, just to keep it looking pretty fresh. Now back to the seat, you can see we have a little rip in it right here, right along with that grime. So, I mean, it's a 2021, right? Some wear and tear is gonna happen. It's a dual sport. But the cool thing, if we go over here, take a look at this. I got the 300LS seat sitting right here that came right off my new one. So I'm just gonna slap that on there. It'd be pretty cool having the low seat on a 300L. So bam, right there. That's the good thing. Since I've owned so many 300Ls, I got so many parts. Check that out. The Acerbi's gas tank on it. I love that, like already on it right there. Now I am also gonna change out the grips. Maybe not incredibly needed here. I don't know if they tried to put hand grips on there before or something. Not sure. Over here, a little bit of a tear, but again, that's a super cheap fix as well. You know, I don't like when people do this with the brake line here. They zip tie it down. All you gotta do is get a little bolt right there. It'll extend it out and keep it out from the screen. So I'll go ahead and do that and get that out of there. I also have some fresh bars if need be. I mean, there's a little bit of wear on these, as you see, nothing drastic. Look at this, he kept a little ram mount on right there, which, by the way, I also need some mirrors. He only has the one mirror over there, but not here. But take a look at this. I got a whole box full of motorcycle mirrors. Some from, again, 300Ls or Africa Twins and stuff. Whole box. Look, I even got a stock gas tank. But anyways, back to the bike. Over here on the front, graphics. I don't know if I'll change that. Maybe I'll just peel them off. Heck, on my previous 300Ls, I peeled them off as well. Back to the blinkers. Again, you can see they're a little bit loose up here. That's a pretty easy fix. And again, as far as working, this is the only one that works, but I think that's because they're off in the back. That's my guess. I don't know yet. Coming down here, you can see, again, just a little bit of scrubbing, some love down here. The shifter is bent up just a little bit, the little foot shifter here. But heck, that's a simple bend down, right? Coming down here, again, it just needs a really good cleaning. But I mean, it fires right up. Like, just look at that. So as you see, it's not horrible by any means. But again, I'm still gonna give it some tender love and care, scrub it up for sure, do those couple fixes right there, wash it up. Then I'm gonna get back with you guys. I'll tell you how much I actually paid for the bike, tally up again all the expenses or stuff I had to fix on it, and then see if I can sell it and make a profit. bike is now complete, and what I want to do first is give you a walk around on the bike and show you everything that I did and tally up the cost of it, and then I'll let you know how much I bought the bike for. So let me turn the camera around and show you everything that we've done to the bike, and you can see it looks so much better already. You know what, let's start in the back since we're back here. I put that little tail tidy on, and as you can see, right underneath there, routes right up there, but I also changed out this piece down on the bottom because that is where those cracks were. I was probably going off-road and just a tire went up there. But anyways, we got that new bottom piece on there, got the tail tidy lighted or routed with the light back here, and back here you can see the tail lights. I changed those to LED, and let's go on a swing up to the front because we also did the front ones LED, and it's pretty cool because you got the design of like the new 25s, not the older ones where they were kind of big and bubbly. And let me go on and flip this key. One really cool thing, so I changed the headlight to LED as well, but you see those being LED, but take a look at this, right? So look at the back. Again, you got the LED. The only thing I didn't change the LED is the brake light. That might have been a good little thing, but LED right there. Now, one thing you're gonna notice up here is our turn indicators are actually staying on. So I did put the whatchamadingle over there, the relay or whatever, but these were 3 wires up there, and routing them to 2 up to there, it's keeping them on, and that's what's keeping those lights on. But if I hit the turn signal, you can see they still flash over there. And then if I come over to the right one, you can see they still actually flash. It's just those stay on all the time. I'm not sure if it's because the LED relay or because I took the 3 wires and routed it into 2. Not too sure, but I honestly like, number one, that them being LED, but now that the backlights, y'all know Hondas, even Africa Twins or anything, the taillights don't stay on as daytime running lights. You know, you usually got to buy a fancy set to do that. So that's a cool little touch right there. Again, being LED and then also staying on. So while we're looking up here, you can see I put these grips, the Ori, or however you say them, Ori. I've used these on multiple bikes, and let me tell you what, they are so nice, just mushy and cushy and sticky. Really, really love these. Changed out mirrors, which I already had. I put a phone mount on here, which again, I already had. As far as this, you see I routed that cable so it's not sitting underneath this, and I did fix that down there. I broke the first one off, but anyways, I put that little spacer in there, so again, the cable is up over rather than in front of that. Now, one of my biggest complaints of this bike when I bought it were the forks right up here. You got the little gold forks, and you saw they were all like kind of just water stained from some kind of cleaner that they used on it, and I couldn't get it off. So what I did is got these little fork saver type deals right up here. Then I cut that one, and you know, I think it looks pretty good. How will they hold up over time, especially getting muddy and dirty? I don't know, but again, just looking at it like that, I think they look pretty passable. And coming down here, the skid plate. This is one of the other things I think this bike really needed. Heck, any of them, not just this bike, but any 300L. Now, again, I had this, so it's kind of hard to say, did I have to spend the money on it or not, which I already spent the money. It was just collecting dust, right? So anyways, pretty good that I already had that, and we were able to slap that on. I did the oil change with fresh filter, fresh oil. Had this little cap in my bin as well, so gave a little bit of pizzazz right there. Now coming over here to these frame guards, these are the cheap ones you find off Amazon. I don't know, I think they're like 35 bucks or something. They're not the best, as you see where they strap down right here. They don't really fit into that groove. And then same over here. What I did is I actually heated them up and then molded them, because if you get these off Amazon, they really don't fit that well. Now, one of the big things this bike really needed was a fresh seat. Now, luckily, I have the seat off my 2025 300 LS, so it's pretty cool. It's got the low seat right here, and I think the black flows really nice with that gas tank, but if you look at the seat that was on it, now all of this can just scrub off, but it did have that little rip down there, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, if I'm gonna like clean it up and sell it, or maybe save it so I got the pan to do it like a seat concepts down the road or something. But with that seat, it's really nice with the LS, so it's a little bit lower. And I think the black just flows really nice with that Acerbi's gas tank that was already on there. And I also put a fresh air filter in the bike. And now for the part that I think a lot of you are curious about, being how much did I pay for this bike in its previous state, of course. Well, I bought it off Facebook Marketplace, and there was a lot of back and forth. He's like, no, when I was first offering, he's like, I got some other buyer. I was like, whatever. Hey, I got cash. I come right now. And then lo and behold, we finally came to it. He says, hey, if you come with that cash right now, it's all yours. And that was for $2,500. He was asking $4,000 at first, then he lowered it down to like 37 or something. And again, I was just like, okay, this would be a fun project. And that's why I shot him to 25. And lo and behold, after time, he let it go for 25. And I mean, when you look at the bike now, it's night and day, right? I think it is a pretty solid machine right now. And talking about getting it for 2,500, again, I was lucky having a lot of the pieces already, so it worked out really good for me. And what I think I'm gonna try to sell it for is right around $4,000. This was an incredibly fun project and then also video to make, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'd like to do more stuff like this. Again, just buy bikes and make a fun video, see how much I can make out of it. And again, just a fun project. So if you enjoyed this video and maybe this was helpful some way or another, please hit that thumbs up, consider subscribing, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye now.